Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 41st episode of the official Sucrose Stans Podcast. Today we have a few guests, two to be exact. Hopefully, Flip joins later on. But first, we have Havaach.
Hello everyone, I'm Havaach. I do TikTok stuff, but I'm on hiatus right now. How is everyone? Hope you're doing good.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming. Also, yeah. Then we have Butterfer.
Hello everyone, I'm Butterfer. I have a YouTube channel where I occasionally post some interesting stuff. I do calcs, I do combos, I judge other people's opinions. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you also for joining today. And then I'm the usual host, and I also do TC myself. I do sheets, but I also like to speedrun and do Stygian Dire when when Stygian Dire isn't cringe. But yeah, let's just get into it. Today we don't have a set topic, because there's nothing. The thing is, we can we can go over leaks, but I don't think, since we don't really know how the leaks will like how I don't feel confident in doing an entire pre-release on every single character, especially because I don't have like the entire information of everything, how everything plays out. And then also like Flip is usually the person who does the pre-release stuff. So
I
yeah.
hate this guy.
Yeah, Flip.
Yeah.
Flip is joining soon. Trust. Okay, I guess we.
Here, let me
Hmm?
let me DM this guy on Twitter as well.
I've never used Twitter DMs. I don't even know how it works. Probably like any other. Okay, there's a question. I need a Kino weapon. I'm on 9 or 8 pity. I'm free to play. I need like 60 pulls. What do I do? I did events. If you did exploration gives a lot. Not cry exploration is very easy. Since you can like get the treasure compass and it shows you the different locations. Otherwise, if you've already 100%ed that region, then you can do Natlan, which is also relatively easy to explore in my opinion. But yeah, other than that, do endgame as far as possible. I don't think there's much. You 100%ed not cry. Well, then there's not much. This isn't like HSR where you can do previous events. I really want there to be previous events, to be honest. That would be so
Do you
cool.
think that will ever be a thing?
I don't think so. Does anyone remember that one event where you had, I forgot what it was called, but you had 2 characters? Like you had a party of like 10 characters and you had to use 2 characters each time. How was it called? Do you remember?
Oh.
Everyone loved that event.
Yeah, is it like you can do the funny Tartaglia
Yeah.
tornado thing? Yeah, it's called
Oh.
Hyakunin Iki.
Yeah, that one. That was so
Yes,
good.
it came up a few times. Yeah, it was.
Was that during Inazuma?
It went a few times, maybe after Inazuma as well.
Oh.
I think it might have also been during Sumeru.
Yeah.
Also on the banner there's Zhongli's weapon, and if you get Zhongli's weapon, then it's over. Like Zhongli's weapon is less useful than is.
No, trust. It'll get buffed. Direct buff that gives it
Really?
88 crit damage, and
Trust.
actually no, that's not even helpful for a Zhongli. It's gonna be like HP, and the on-fielder gains damage bonus based on
When the character summons a shield.
Yeah, when the character summons a shield, the active character gains a damage bonus based on the HP of the shield caster. How about that?
True cooking.
Copium.
Surely, if
Actually,
they buff Zhongli,
if they buff Zhongli, will they also give him like a new role, like either sub DPS or maybe also a carry, since they made Venti a carry?
His normal
Mm.
animations are so beautiful. I hope they make him a proper carry.
That would be very nice, yeah. Also, we don't have enough like Geo, like there's no way we only have like 2 limited 5-star Geo carries, right? Iso and Navia.
Well, we're getting a third one in what, like 6.5, 6.6?
You think
Probably.
Syndrome is the carry?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not certain, but I'm 90% sure.
I guess all the Fatui, is that? All the Fatuis are carries?
Yes.
would
so
you
far,
call
yes.
Child a carry?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I see.
He's not a hyper carry, but he definitely is a on-field main DPS. I think a lot of people, this is a 1.x misconception that like the Xiangling Blazers pushed. Like, no, in international, he ends up doing like the same or a little bit more damage than Xiangling. It's never a he drives Xiangling. It's a he melts a massive burst that's like worth almost half the team's damage, and then he drives Xiangling.
Yeah.
So yes,
Yeah, it also,
absolutely on-field DPS.
it also just very heavily depends on Zhang Ling's hit count, like how many hits she can
Yes.
get. And
Yeah.
target count, since Child has quadratic scaling.
Yeah.
And how fast you clear, because obviously if you clear towards the start of the rotation, like Child's gonna do more.
Yeah, that is also true.
Yeah.
I kinda, okay, this is already getting into a more like ranty topic, but I don't really like how they design kits these days. Like the kit has a very clear direction, and it's always like you are actively being prevented to use certain units, and you are supposed to use other units, which are usually the premium 4-star or 5-star that comes along with them. It's a marketing strategy, obviously, but it just, yeah, it kind of kills creativity.
I think for like Flynn's and Nefer especially. Well, specifically those two.
Yeah.
I guess Skirk as well, but it's like the recent ones.
Yeah.
The last time we had a truly goated kit was, well, in my opinion, Mavuika. Mavuika is the goat of Genshin kits.
I think I would argue Veressa even. Like
I guess Veressa, you're less locked into a specific team archetype.
Yeah. Like she was supposed to be like a plunge. Like she is a plunge carry, but she's not a plunge niche carry. She plunges, and that's the type of damage she does, but she's not forced to use Xianyun.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's also kind of nice when some characters rely on more niche characters, because obviously if Escoffier didn't use, like if Escoffier didn't force you into using 4 Cryo or Hydro or something, like either Cryo or Hydro units, then would you play Shenhe? Is, like, do you think?
Well, to make it balanced, I think Skirk has... Okay, so we're gonna imagine if Escoffier didn't exist. Skirk has the exact same kit as she has now, but like 30% higher multipliers.
Yeah, true.
Well, in that case, well, you still have to use a full team of Cryo Hydro characters because, well, her passive, unfortunately. So
yeah, but let's say
the team would just be worse.
Let's say neither of them had a huge, like they want triple Hydro Cryo, and then the 4th slot doesn't have to be that element, kind of like Linny.
Oh, in that case,
You'd use Shalonen, wouldn't you?
You could. But I'm more thinking, if you don't have Escoffier, you're probably using how good / bad is Mavuika going to be? Just do Citlali Mavuika. Marika Sitlali, and then like, assuming she still needs rifts, you'd use like Yelan or something.
Okay. Ferenc said Bennett. You said Marika
Oh yeah,
Sitlali.
I guess
Okay.
you're right. You're right. If you're already using you can use another element. Yeah, you might as well just use Bennett. Skirk's an
Okay,
attack
man.
scaler.
Oh yeah.
I can see why that specifically was not the worst decision ever, but like obviously in cases like Neffa and Neffa and Flynn's, it just feels like Columbina, Aino, or the yeah. Actually, you aren't technically like forced to like you are only forced to use the second Nord Cry if you don't already have Ineffa and Lauma, I guess. But then obviously Lauma and Ineffa are the relying ones. Yeah, that didn't make that made sense. I hope. Right.
Yeah.
I also don't think Mavrika's. We talked about this before you joined, but like there was this glazer on TikTok. There was like saying or like Harley, would you like to explain?
It was just heavy Arlecchino glaze. Let's just say that.
Oh.
Yeah, they were basically
Oh.
saying that she's not reliant on any other character, and that's what makes her so good when they end up
Yeah,
having very
That's what I
similar
heard.
teams. like obviously,
Like,
yeah.
Like, I saw the exact post. Like,
Oh,
this
okay.
reminds me of something. I forgot. What one was? I think it was Movika, but it was like at the start of her release, or like it's like, oh, she needs Shilinen or this and that. So it's like people don't understand that at the end of the day, like no, the team you build, like premium, not premium, whatever, like it ends up being just like whatever the performance like of that team is. So if the premium team of a character is worse than the shitter team of another character, it doesn't matter if like the shitter team character who is better like has a more complicated premium team or whatever, but like they're still better because like they're just better.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I just stated the obvious 5 times in a row, but yeah,
Character does more damage.
Yeah, same with
yeah,
Nobilette
like
and like
it's
Nobilette and
like
Flint, I
damage is
guess.
damage. It doesn't matter if you're like how fancy your premium team is. Like it's if you don't need your premium team to beat the premium team of another character, you're still better, even if your premium team is more exclusive. If that makes
Yeah.
sense.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
Castoris and HSR, I guess.
Like, oh, Skirk needs Escaffier. Oh yeah, right. Oh, Skirk. Yeah, Skirk needs Escaffier. Otherwise, she loses half her damage. Well, it's not actually half her damage. It's like 30%. But I was like, wait a minute. Skirk without Escaffier is still better than all these characters in their perfect teams. So there's that.
Yeah. Although regarding like Neffa and Flynn's, that has been very annoying to me. Like people saying that she doesn't like they are reliant on Lauma and Ineffa respectively is like not that bad because the teams are still good. And in my opinion, unironically, both Neffa, like actually just both Neffa and Flint, because I've also noticed some amount of issues with Neffa when playing her. When they are not like when they are in shield, then obviously you still want the premium support over the chopped support that doesn't provide much. Yeah. Like and that's why I wouldn't like this is why we don't recommend Neffa without Lauma long term. Obviously for now
Yes.
you will have good results anyway because the shill is shilling. But as
True.
soon as that shill is gone, your character bumps down a tier basically.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is why I preach just ignore the shill. You build your teams for the long term because like in 2 patches the shill's gonna be gone. And like if you're pulling the newest character just to clear the current content, it's a little bit short-sighted and it's very inefficient in the long term, especially for like this is especially for like longer time players. Let's say you've been playing for 2 3 years already. You have enough characters to start Imaginarium Theater, and then at that point on, yeah, I mean you kind of don't need new characters unless you just specifically want them.
Yeah, exactly. I saw that one Twitter post that was like, I'm not falling for the spending propaganda called vertical. And I was like, you don't need to spend to vertical. Like, yeah, of course you need to put in time into the game if you are like a free to play.
Yes.
You can't just skip dailies and stuff. But like, it's if there's an event, you do the event, and otherwise you clear end game and you log in every day, which takes like per day. It obviously it still adds up, but that's just a gacha game. You have to live with that. If you don't like the game, then
Yeah.
quit the game. Like it is a bit annoying in my opinion. Like one
Yeah.
thing is, in my opinion, that I've realized through someone else is that you actually need to log in a lot of times for someone that isn't like that doesn't play regularly to get the C1, like the free C1. Like it seems free, but for someone that only plays like on weekends or something, that is actually an issue. To get every single of them, like every single thingy. But yeah, for us normal players, quote unquote, the
Oh my.
low-lifers, the people that log in
Low-lifers.
every day, it's obviously
Indeed.
not an issue. But yeah, you should have enough. Is the chat saying anything?
Oui?
I'm having mic issues.
Oh.
Oh, okay, it works now.
What up?
Oh, hello, Rolfi, guys.
Hello.
We
I'm still
discuss.
doing stuff, but I will be here for a minute.
Okay, that's nice.
Okay.
Okay, what is chat saying?
And
Yeah.
ooh, let's see. I was gonna say more on that point is especially like this is limited specifically to people who like care or like somewhat care about endgame content or the quote unquote meta is like if you want to clear, even if you're not vertically investing, you're still vertically investing. Cause or like you're still tempted to do it. And a lot of people who like kind of quote unquote don't vertical invest and do F2P friendly stuff, they still have like vertically invested things, just very inefficiently. Because we already talked about this so many times, but I'm just gonna reiterate it here because like it's on topic. But like so, the Genshin vertical investments, free to play friendly holiness hierarchy goes as follows. So the worst of the worst is 5-star constellations, okay? And then one step above that, and is categorically better, is 5-star limited signature weapons. Because C0R1 is still C0, but C1 is all constellations.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ah,
So I think Rolfiga sent me a funny something. Here, let me pull it up.
what the fuck? What is
We
it?
can have C0R1 Malvika, but the second we hit C1R0, then we
Yeah,
have a
it's like-
problem.
It's categorically worse. Here, Saga, if you want to
Right,
show
okay,
this
okay.
or just take a look at this in the group chat, it's pretty funny. So yeah, basically, people treat C1s as a fundamentally dirtier, more I don't know,
Dirty, yeah.
blasphemous thing than the R1 for quote unquote free to play friendly stuff. Even though they cost the same, it's just people have this idea in their minds.
Dude,
And
that's what I talk with that guy every single day. And it's not
Yeah.
just him, it's like other people, but he's the guy that makes it the most vocal of all the guys I know.
and
And
then obviously another step above on the holiness ladder is 4-star constellations. C6 4-stars are free because they just fucking are for some reason. A full C6 4-star team is a 0 cost. It is free to play friendly. And then
Yeah.
like when in reality I would argue there's context obviously because if the 4-star is on banner with the 5-star on the same team, then obviously they're actually more accessible. But like that's context, and that's where my like pull weight standard comes in, and why I think it's so important. Um, and then the most holiest on the holy ladder is like actually no, I don't even think people distinguish between these things. Like 4-stars are just free to play friendly. That's just how they think. And obviously like
Oh.
this is a problem because people end up spending pulls. Like people say, oh, they're accessible or they're relatable or whatever. But like people still end up using pulls on 4-star constellations. Like how many people have you seen chase after like fucking Yansan constellations to make their
Yeah.
Mavrika team or something? Like that's so stupid. Why would you do that? Like it's one thing if you're just like pulling a completely new character or like a new team for a new playstyle. Like that's perfectly reasonable. Let's say for example, like Sandrona comes out and then her gameplay is super super cool and I just want her to like keep on playing her because she's just really fun to play. Like that's completely different. But if you're pulling a support or pulling a constellation on like a 4-star, or you're pulling a weapon specifically to buff a team you already have, I don't know. Let's say someone decides to pull Escoffier, and then decides to pull Ineffa, and then decides to pull Llama, and then decides to pull Durin for the Virgin for their C0 R0 free to play friendly Neuvillette team.
Oh my god.
And that's I guess you have more characters for Imaginarium Theater, but a lot of
Yes.
people who care about like Stygian Onslaught and have this kind of investment in the meta, they probably have been playing for a while, and they might already be able to start Imaginarium Theater. And as we all know, Imaginarium Theater has the nastiest buffs in the game, and as long as you can start the challenge, you can pretty much just beat it, no problem. So
Mhm.
like this is the kind of thing people vertically invest even when they say they're not, and because they have this kind of taboo, this kind of like line drawn in the sand about like constellations, about 5-star weapons, but like obviously less, and then even less about 4-star constellations, even though it's like less efficient, but to them it looks holier, it looks more like relatable, even though it really isn't. Like that's a problem. And yeah, I really like this. I think this is the best I've been able to articulate myself in terms of yapping on this topic.
That's great.
Mhm.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah, like
uh,
this is why I
don't worry. Go on.
was gonna say, like this is why I'm such a like I really want people, especially Flip, because he actually has a fucking audience, um, to adopt kind of the pull weight system, is because for every calc you put with a C0 R0 5-star and a C6 4-star, like you're sending the message that you should go for that C6 4-star. When in reality, no, the fuck you shouldn't. You should pull C1 on the 5-star, or you should pull R1 on the 5-star, because it's cheaper and it's a bigger upgrade. And if everybody did that, if everybody viewed it in that lens, like more people would be clearing, and like more people would be like, or less people would be wasting pulls and like be forced to fucking spend on random bullshit.
Actually,
Because there's
regarding
also the
It's
fact.
also just more accurate because like it just is. Anyway, go ahead.
There's the fact that the 4-star could be like, they could be on a banner with 2 5-stars that you don't want, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Like, let's say you're a Nefer player, but you got fucking C1 Flins to pull for C6, I know. And you're never gonna touch Flins. You don't have a Nefa. You don't want to play Flins.
Yeah, that happened.
I wanted to say two things. First of all, about the 4-star clears, which in my opinion is very funny. Like, there's not only, like, obviously there's like vertical in the sense of like gacha related vertical, but obviously you can massively improve your team by spending a ton of resin, which you can also spend money for. And a certain content creator uses very used, I don't know if he still does, but he used very, very strong artifacts that kind of looked resin refreshed. Oh yeah, an R5 fruitful hook. Yeah, that's a massive offender.
Oh,
Oh my.
Yeah,
R5 fruitful hook. Yeah, that's literally worth
yeah.
2 5-star weapons, by the way.
yeah,
Like R5 fruitful hook,
Fruithood
it might as
Gaming
well look.
was like
Yeah,
yeah. But we
Fruithood Gaming was so overused this second half in 4-star only clears. But it's like it's the only carry that can clear it without like Seto's ARCC or the min-maxed overload team.
yeah,
It is crazy.
and it's
you
obvious.
know what? It's the same cost as a C2 R1 5-star tube.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, what I just wanted to say, like, it's not like a real challenge at that point. Like, it's not a free-to-play challenge. It's more so
Yeah.
a 4-star challenge. It's like the emphasis is on the fact that it's 4-star, not that it's like free-to-play.
Exactly. Like, people just like, I know there's a channel, I think is it called Turtle Camera or something? The guy does starter character only clears.
Yeah, true, that is.
But like obviously, like all the 4-stars are C6. There's 5-star weapons on the team because otherwise, like obviously, it's not possible. And that's like perfectly fine because it's a starter character clear. That's the challenge. It's not a free to play, super accessible, relatable clear because that's not possible. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's perfectly fine. It's just like people who see it and then like misunderstand it, and just yeah.
And with C6 Gaming, I could probably have done this 4-star only without relying on like R5 fruit hook dog shit.
R5 fruitful hook.
True. Yeah, regarding oh yeah, the other thing that you said, that also proves my point from earlier, because you did say that Escoffia's signature is Escoffia is worse than Skirk's signature, like initially.
No. She's better.
Oh, she's
Farina
better?
is worse than Skirt signature.
Oh, my bad. Oh no, I switched it up.
I can see
Let's
that.
see.
Is
No,
it?
Escoffier is really good.
Okay. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking about Escoffier, but yeah, that makes sense. No, I was just trying, but we can all agree that Ineffa still relies more on Lauma than Skirk relies on Escoffier, right?
you could-
Yes, I think
Yeah.
both of them have that as their priority. Like if you're
Yeah, highest priority.
yeah, you should absolutely get Esco for Skirk and Llama for Nefer either way. Like,
Yeah.
that's it's not like the mindset should be how can I make up for not having them? It should be I should start saving for them.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And regarding that, like Flynn's also has an interesting discussion regarding that, because Ineffa less Flynn's is getting an upgrade next patch with Durin, but like as I already
The official buff.
yeah the official
buff. Yeah.
official and then Durin. But keep in mind, Durin is another limited 5-star, and don't pull Durin to improve your Flynn's. Just save for Columbina and Ineffa to improve your Flynn's instead, because Durin is only a temporary solution to the Flynn's problem. Like, just keep in mind that it will 100% be more efficient to go for Ineffa and then Columbina.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I'm actually confused. Wait, what? Durin in a Flynn's team? Really?
Yeah. It's basically
You get the spread.
yeah.
What's the team?
Fisher, Durin,
I know.
Flynn's, I know, yeah.
Is he better than Sucrose there?
I think so.
Wait, that
It's
sounds so
gonna-
extremely cursed.
Yeah, it is cursed.
It's gonna be a little bit difficult, but
Okay, to be fair,
I doubt it.
I have this information from Kinke, and like it's solely relying on Kinke. I haven't seen anyone talk about it, but I do believe in it.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty good, but it also sounds extremely scuffed.
And as I
Yeah.
said, temporary solution.
Yeah.
Also with
Yeah,
Jehoda.
like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like this thing you brought up regarding temporary solutions. Do not do that. Just look at okay. I'm finally starting to like actually do calcs with my system. I'll have more of it ready soon. Like just look at like the weight system is such a good way for you to look at like how you should plan your pulls for like the long term. Because wait a minute, this thing is an upgrade, but how big of an upgrade it is? Is it? It's barely an upgrade. But this other thing that you could save for instead is a much bigger upgrade for the same cost. So you should do that instead.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and I also need to work on a system that. Yeah, I'll just run the idea with you guys. So obviously there's more to a team than just the sheet DPS. Because I think the biggest thing is like I'm not really accounting for a skill issue at this point because I have a minimum quality of life threshold, I guess, for the team to even be calced. So like that for me is you need to have some form of sustain. It doesn't have to be like a good source of sustain, but you need something, whether that's prototype Amber or like even just Xingqiu in certain circumstances. You need a way to like get your HP back or have a shield of some sort. It doesn't have to be good, but it needs to be there. And obviously the combos and rotations, they can be hard, but they need to be doable, like by hand. And I also made them like they have to be doable by me, by hand, because I think I'm a pretty good benchmark for like as good as you can get without being like crazy. So like
Macro
anything I can
level
do,
type shit.
yeah, like no macros. You have to be able to do them by hand, and I have like 80 to 100 ping, which is pretty high, but like, it's not ridiculous. So yeah, like all the Mavika combos are fair game. Some Skirk combos are fair game, and I haven't tried. Like obviously, some walk cancels are fine as well. Like Rolfiga's plays Sethos a lot. I'm sure he knows. So yeah, that kind of stuff. And rotations, same with that. But like it can't be like ridiculous. Like actually macro level stuff.
Regarding the,
And,
so you would calc with like prototype Amber Nahida in Neffa teams.
No, I would not, because if we go by the weight system, Nahida is extremely inefficient. You would rather have
okay.
R1 or C1 on Nefer instead.
Yes, nudge. I just meant in general prototype Amber in Neffa.
Yeah, the only example I can think of is for Mualani. But like Mualani's tanky and has interruption resistance to begin with. So I would say just having Pamper on Mona is good enough for her.
Wait, Mona?
Mona
Yeah.
Mualani.
I was talking about Neffa. Like Neffa without
Nefer?
sustain.
No. For Nefer, it probably would be Cookie because there's nobody to hold
Okay.
prototype Amber.
And she can hold the sapwood.
No, I don't. I hate
Do you
Cookie
want
in that
Cookie?
slot. I will still
Yeah,
play the sustainless version, but
If you can get
Yeah.
away with it, it's the best way. Yes.
yeah, okay.
but that's only granted if you have Nahida already. Actually, no, that's not even true. You can just use Sucrose.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe that's better. Sucrose and Pamber on Llama?
Maybe, yeah.
Was that
But
better?
Amber
I
has
need to calculate.
prototype Amber's like pretty good at like regenerating energy, and like Lauma really likes that. So I mean, it's an upside.
Okay. I'll look into it. But like, what's it called? The Etherlight Spindle Loot is such a good weapon,
That's true, yeah.
and it's actually free. Yeah, wait, where was I going? I was yapping. Oh, about like more evaluations beyond cheat DPS. So I thought about this idea of like a Stygian score, like a Stygian start score. So for example, like if a team, like how scuffed is it basically, starting with 0 energy, 0 fighting spirit. So for example, an example of a team that does really really well is like Mualani, specifically the like the expensive Mualani team, like Mualani, Malika, Shilin, and Sitlali. That's a true 0 energy start team. Like you do not care about energy whatsoever. Your first rotation is gonna look exactly the same starting from nothing as starting from full. So that's like a full, like true 10 out of 10. You do not. Yeah, okay, actually that's not true. Malika is not gonna burst with full fighting spirit, but it's very very close. And in practice, it's like the best there is. So that would be a 10 out of 10. Example of a team with horrible, like Stygian start score
Ayaka.
would be something like a rainbow Sino team.
Oh.
They say like I
Yeah.
don't know, right? Like the one that people like to play back in the day. Was it like what? Sino, Nahida, Baiju, Farina or something? Like that team
Yeah.
is absolutely diabolical because like you either build 200 ER on Sino or you just burst on him like starting from the second rotation.
Oh,
It's
no.
just really really bad. You have to delay like 30
200
seconds.
is not even gonna be enough.
Yeah,
Would
to
you
start your
just
first
not on-field him for the first rotation?
Yeah. So like that is actually horrible. So you take a massive hit because you're starting from nothing.
Like, even on his modern teams, they're still like
Yeah.
2 out of 10 at best. Like
Yeah,
in
so,
the
like-
Ineffa Lauma one, you literally burst your first burst at a reasonable ER amount is like at
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
This character is not real.
So basically, what this score sets to do is essentially quality of life, but you take the skill issue out of it. So basically, unavoidable like hindrances
I
because
see.
of Stygian. That's a score I want to implement somehow.
Yeah, that's also something that that is a good discussion point in general, like rotation and what difference there is between the first rotation and the later on rotations, with someone like Arlecchino getting better over rotations, but also Ineffa is like feels very different if you do Instructor Aino and then you do Instructor Aino last without having any Verdant do. So you switch into Ineffa and then you start charge attacking, but you don't have anything, like you don't have Verdant
You
use.
don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But obviously in some
And
yeah.
I was gonna say, this score also puts into account like how easily you can build more ER on your team and not take a hit from it.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
So like for example, let's say if your carry is burst dependent, then like that's kind of bad. Because say like Neuvillette, Gaming, Sino, like do you build more ER on them or do you just take the L and burst later? And then like someone like Mualani, Skirk, or Mavuika just do not have this problem because they either don't need their burst or their burst just comes without like energy.
Yeah.
Like I need to balance this in such a way that shows why Shilinen is good for Mavuika without being like ridiculous.
That is true. That is the final result we want to have. We want to have Jilonen above Yansan C6 in every calc.
Yeah. Well, okay, but also like C6 Yansan isn't the same cost as C0 Shilinen in my system anyway.
Yeah,
So,
it
that's
was
not really
it was never the Yansan never had a
like,
chance. True.
I have noticed that like ever since like Arlecchino, I think they've been making DPSs that just have bursts that just do damage.
Yeah, true.
And
Like
And
the
they just have like no energy
characters
needs.
that don't rely on bursts,
Yeah.
that have cosmetic bursts, basically.
Yeah.
It's like what they're doing with Durin and Razor's buffs.
I was
They're
literally
like,
going to mention that just now. Like
dude,
they,
Razor's buffs, they basically made him start with 190 energy in Stygian. 190 ER, basically. It's his first, he immediately max stacks his sigils. And he has his passive that gives him an extra 30 at low energy. So he starts with 190 ER. He gets flat energy every skill with 2x in circles. So, like, he basically becomes playable in Stygian.
yeah, which concerns me because I was praying every day that they would remove the energy restriction. Because it feels so bad. It feels horrendous to play. And also the fact that you can't book. So but apparently since they are actively reshaping kits to like compensate for the fact that they don't start with energy, that doesn't give me hope. So
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't mind it because I'm biased and my three most played characters.
Okay, at least you are honest.
I do not care
At
about
least
energy.
you are honest. Okay, we get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the most like annoying is like in my opinion like playing characters with like in my opinion Vressa and Flins are just annoying in that regard with their mini bursts and stuff. Like for the first
Pull
rotation.
C2.
Okay.
Oh,
Wait a
yeah.
moment. But yeah, I do actually recommend that. But yeah.
Yeah. No, like absolutely. Varessa, especially if you're trying to get like you're relatively new. Well, that's not even. It doesn't even matter because Varessa is new, pretty new. Yeah, if you want to play Varessa, the cheapest, most efficient way to build your team is literally to pull C2 Varessa, because that comes with Shev and Yunsan constellations, presumably.
True.
Yeah.
So
Indeed.
yeah, like the cheapest three-way, like three-weight, I said that funny, three-weight
Oh.
or three-pull-weight team for Varessa is literally C2 R0 Varessa with C6 Yansan, C6 Trevors. And then last slot you can just use Bennett or something.
Yeah.
Or I guess if Durin is with Chevres, I think that could also be good. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, that makes
So, yeah.
sense.
Like the C0 R0 Varessa, C6 Yansan, C6 Chevres team doesn't exist. So yeah, like you might as well be honest with people.
Actually, how would you like the thing is actually no, it's so hard with the gacha 4 stars. Like what does your system say about gacha 4 stars again? I kind of forgot. Like the exclusive ones, weapon banner exclusive.
Yeah, so you have to start somewhere. So what I decided is like C0 4 stars are free, even though like they might not be. Like we have to start somewhere. So like you have to like make C0 4 stars free.
Yeah.
And then from that, each additional constellation is 0.5 additional weight.
Oh, I meant like weapon banner gacha 4-star weapons.
Yeah, what R1, I'll give it to you for free.
Okay.
And then each additional refinement is 0.5 cost or 0.5 additional weight. So it adds up to what, like 2 weight? So it's worth 2 5-star weapons at R5.
That makes sense, yeah.
So yeah, Fruitful Hook R5 is worth 2 5-star weapons. Do you still want to use that? I don't think so. Because that's literally what it's worth. So
yeah,
I think it's fair.
I don't think anyone has. I know someone that got R4 Frost, just like that with like 60 Pitsy or something. 60 wishes going into the weapon banner, or 65.
Bruh.
That is lucky, but that is obviously not the case usually. Do you have more to say about your system?
More to say. Okay, I talked about like the
Quality
exact
of life?
like pull weights. Quality of life. So like the Stygian, or I think I'll just call it the Stygian score, but I don't know. Like it's basically QL like quality of life without skill issue taken into account. So it's unavoidable quality of life issues like energy and whatnot. So like if you can adapt your team building or adapt your builds to like lose very little or lose a lot, if you start from zero energy.
Oh, I just remembered something. The thing regarding like your standards and that it's like hard to implement and stuff, and that they like the theory crafters can't just change their stuff. But TGS recently changed one of their calculation methods, which I found like very impressive. That he did a
Yeah.
Nilu calc where he like
Oh,
assumed a very long rotation instead
yeah.
of like a short one, because obviously you can
Yes,
just do
yes.
off cooldown stuff.
I remember that one.
Yeah,
Okay, it's I would say that's not the best implementation because it's way too high. Because like he just assumed you literally press everything off cooldown when that's not
okay,
really
yeah,
possible.
that is fair enough. But like
But yeah, like
the thing is he did
the
change
concept is
something,
good.
so
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
concept is, and yeah, and like if you think about it, every person kind of uses different assumptions anyway.
yeah. Yeah.
So
As we've
so
all
you're
Indeed.
not actually supposed to like compare between different people's calcs,
you're not.
regardless. So that kind of undermines what Flip was saying about
Yeah,
everybody
that
does it.
could be the number one rule. Never compare calcs with other people. Ever.
Yeah,
This-
yeah.
Different assumptions, different standards.
I've been
Like,
preaching that. Like even Sir Jeff has his own like weird type of distribution where he crowns. Like Lauma's skill is worth crowning, but Lauma's burst isn't. I I was very confused when I heard that, but
Yeah.
oh
Wait,
my.
crown both.
Right. Like fucking fuck ass Burgeon teams are so good in his standard. He just makes it the fuck up.
yeah. I don't know. Ugh.
You for allow me just crown both. It's not a question.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like you crown both
You have
for
so
a
many
lot of
crowns.
supports.
Yeah, if you run out of crowns, that's a sign that you're either too big of a whale or you pull too many characters.
Yeah, true. Oh, also something.
It's very rare the situation that happens. So like crowns should be a baseline at least.
Crowns are infinite, yeah. They are literally the baseline.
Also something about like rotation length. I know that roll figures for, I don't know if he still does it, but he used to assume like one extra second in calculation. I don't.
I use it to a lot when I had like faith in this community, but I don't anymore. So I actually make it realistic.
Yeah. Like he basically adds a bit of spare time, so that like
I
skill
was
issue
basically adding human error. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
obviously
wouldn't do that. I assume everybody plays. Well, no, I don't assume everybody plays perfectly, but for the sake of the calc, I assume it is played as well as I play it. So it's my footage. I go by that.
yeah.
And everything standardized to that. If you like, if it's better or worse in practice for other people, like that's up for them to decide for themselves. I'm not gonna put my skill issue into the calc, or I'm not gonna. That's not true. Like I'm not gonna assume skill issue for the calc, because that leads to a slippery slope of like just completely subjective and sometimes just imaginary feels crafting like bullshit results that I just don't want to.
Yeah.
I
Like
get
if
that.
you know something is really difficult to play, well, yeah, then like you know that you don't need me to try to like
It's
tell
true.
you that, I guess.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
something that we, alongside not comparing different sheets by theory crafters, we should also stop like comparing two characters like on paper sheets directly and say that X character is better than Z. But obviously, we had that discussion like a million times, just because like. Also, what I think is egregious is when like people is egregious the correct word, but like when someone
Yeah.
when there's a 0.5k difference, 0.5k DPS difference in the calculation, and the person still put like what was it, Villette above Molani or something on Twitter, that list because of a 0.5. Wait, let me find it.
Yeah. Yeah, Saga, I have good news for you. I haven't done it yet, but under my my standard, at actual equalized investment, Mualani should calc very, very well.
Yeah.
Because Mona and Sucrose are free, like actually free characters.
Yeah, and
so
I think ones are free too. Like
Yeah,
Mona
so-
C1 is free.
exactly, Mona C2. I'm gonna assume up to that
Oh, okay.
because it's two anniversaries plus one like constellation events, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
And
but
that's a year, 2 years. I can assume that. So
Oh
yeah,
my
Mulan.
god.
here,
This is so cursed.
yeah,
This is so bad. They didn't take. If they were gonna use Varessa and Durin with Vomfi calcs, why don't they use Mualani? The 130k. Well, it's not 130k, but
The way they're using GC sim simulations.
Yeah, GC sim, the random GC sim thing.
there's also one with I think it was Chaska and Venti with Norse standards,
Oh,
and
no.
then Chaska with like flip standards or something. It's like 97k versus
Bro, like,
100.
so fucking
it's like
bad.
Noir.
Like, why?
Yeah,
It's
but what
so
I
funny.
was like, obviously everything about this screams fields crafting bad dog shit tier list. But
Yeah.
the most like one of the things that makes me mad the most, we have the 15k or like 16k jump from Nefer to Mavuika. Then these two being the same basically. Then we have Vressa right here with like a 5k jump, another 5k jump.
Yeah.
Then we have like 1k, 1k, 0.3k, and then 1.5k. Like these are so close, and yet they are like ranked. Like if you use the sheets correctly, then these aren't like during. you get what I'm
God.
saying. Like please differentiate, and at least Noir in his like sheeting video, which I also don't agree with. Like we shouldn't use sheets to like rank characters, but obviously he made different sections. Like this is the OP tier with like 140k to 170k or something, and then made rankings, and then like list or like tiers in which the characters would be, which makes a lot more sense than just this garbage.
That's a
Yeah.
that's a
Also-
C0 Nefer with a C6 I know.
Yeah, I have a bit of a hot take, which is if you strictly go by my pull weight system, another plug, the character PvP is actually better. Because, like, it's still, you shouldn't conclusively say, oh, this character is better than this character because more DPS. But at least you're actually comparing between different teams or different characters at, like, an actual reasonably equalized investment level.
Yeah,
Because-
I guess I can see that.
Yeah, like look at this Skirk team. Like now that I calc with this, I look at this and I kind of laugh. Like, why do you have like this is so bad. Like if you cap everything at C0, like this is like you end up building like this 4 weight team that's worse than like Farina and Shenhe combined. I'm pretty sure is worse than Skirk R1. If you have Escoffier already.
Yeah.
So,
Makes sense.
like, I get it if it's like, if you have Farina and Shenhe like lying around, yes, you should absolutely use them. But like the way that this is, like these are the default before Skirk R1, even though it's a 32% increase, is just I just don't agree with it.
Yeah, and obviously, like, what we didn't mention is that it's KQM, so like Nvidia is
obviously that.
completely inflated here. Nvidia
level 9
inflation.
talents, Hyperbloom, Bro does 31% of team DPS, Ineffa does 47%.
Okay,
Level 9 talents. Did I mention that?
like Flip talked about this in his stream, literally, that it wouldn't
Yeah.
change that much, like the jump from KQMs, and it would basically just help Mualani and help or like nerf Hyperblue. But I still think it would impact a lot more, like characters that are
It's
completely.
massive.
Yeah, it is.
It's like
It is
Skirk
massive.
It's really fucking big. What the hell?
Like Skirk and Nefer. Like, first of all, I don't even like the artifact or whatever. It's just like a talent level. Like one talent level is 6% more damage. Like that's insane. Like that's huge. That's yeah. I mean, like one talent level and like the artifact standard specifically, it helps Skirk and Nefer more than anybody because they don't scale with too many stats. So you have a lot of crit if you go with the higher standard. So they benefit a ton.
Yeah.
And and obviously it just benefits what's it called? Talent damage scalers in general. So like maybe it'll benefit someone like Mualani slightly less in terms of a personal damage increase, but like barely. It's still like it's gonna be similar because Mualani starts with what 30. If you're going by KQMS, that's 20 subs, plus 2 HP, 2 EM, 2 crit rate, 2 crit damage. So you start with like 28 subs, or maybe 29 if you count the flat HP. 29 subs, and then with my standard, it goes up to like a lot more, like 30, like 34,
34,
something like that.
yeah.
34. And for Skirk, it's a lot. She starts off a lot worse. She starts at like 23 or something like that. And then she goes up to like 32. So percentage-wise, it's a bigger increase. But it's like it's not that much of a difference. Like Mualani still benefits from artifacts. It's mainly the like the artifact in general just massively benefit talent scalers, and the talent level massively benefits talent scalers.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Also, there are there are a lot of characters that have their Ascension passives doing damage. For example, Fisher or Ineffa. And Ineffa also has transformative scaling in her kit. Or like, not in her kit, but Luna Charged is transformative and obviously is harder to influence. Like it actually gets affected by crit, but EM is very hard. Like the diminish is very hard. So it should make some of the Ineffa batches, like Ineffa I know wheelchair stuff, should make it probably worse compared to other, like not worse compared to other options, but like worse than it was before, like a decent amount. Probably.
I don't know. Like Ineffa, I guess talent level doesn't benefit her because her damage comes from A1.
Yeah.
Or is it A4 or A1? I don't remember. But one of the Ascension passives.
It's
and like Ineffa should still benefit from artifact, right? Because like her damage scales from crit. Like crit is.
Yeah, that is true, but I still like the transformative portion doesn't get like that much of it.
Yeah. Actually, she benefits less than like Skirk, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's mainly Skirk is probably the single biggest. Maybe Nefer. Skirk or Nefer is the biggest benefactor of my standard.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Also,
so no, Skirk is not Skirk is massively better than like a lot of things, even if it doesn't look that way at KKMS. Also, yeah,
This was also
like
pre
the calc.
nerf.
The assumption, like by my standard, my Skirk team is actually cheaper than the Skirk team that is calced at KQMS.
Wait, sorry, what?
I was gonna say, with my standard, like it balances out investment level between different things better, right?
Yeah,
So I was just gonna say, my team for Skirk is actually cheaper than the classic C0 premium team that people assume at KQMS for Skirk.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and on the other hand, for someone like Mualani, my team would be more expensive than the team they go with. So, yeah, which is why Mualani doesn't shoot well, because her teams are straight up just cheaper than the teams of other characters that people assume are equal investment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
I need to calc. I'll calc Mualani today at my standard. I have Skirk at like around just under 160, like 158, 159. Mawika I haven't finished yet, but there's two versions. One with Shilinen for the Stygian score. I need to balance that out as well. She should be like what, 155, 154, a little bit lower than Skirk. But with R1 instead of Shilinen and you're using Sucrose, then that should be much higher. Should be like maybe 170 some, 180. But with a much lower Stygian score than with Shilinen or just than Skirk. I'll have to see which one ends up being better. Mualani should go crazy. Like she should be like 160 or something with
I
a very,
hope
very
so.
high Stygian score.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And then everyone can see that Mualani was always better than Veressa. True.
Veressa should also do quite well because in my standard, she gets C2 because that's literally what you're supposed to do with it.
Oh my god.
But she should still be lower than Mualani, I think, because like Mualani is just too good with the Mona buffs. We'll see.
Mona, yeah, I guess that's also Hexen circular stuff. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
It
could be C2 R0 Mualani with Sucrose Mona Xiangling, or it could be C1 Mualani with Mona Sucrose Mavuika. I'll have to see which one's better. But like you see, this is I think how you should approach these things, because like if you think with the pull weight system, you're always like there's no discrimination between different things. There's no hierarchy of holiness, of free-to-play friendliness, of guilt. You know,
Yeah.
you just go for what's the actual most efficient thing, always. And I just think it's a much better system.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, we should.
Yeah, I'll have more findings with it, and hopefully I'll eventually make a big YouTube video on it as well.
I'd rather pull a support, even C1 is better than the support. I feel like that's only the case if like the support has other use cases, which honestly with the more recent characters I don't think that's really the case anymore.
Character is always better than a support than a con. Depends. Like I don't think so. If you're really new, yes, because you want to like have enough characters to start Imaginarium Theater. That's important because you get some rewards from it. But if you've been playing for 2-3 years and you're just looking to build your account to keep on clearing Stygian Onslaught, whether that's Fearless or Dire, without having to like cater to the shill, no, absolutely not. You should just go for what's the most efficient. Like if a support is better than a con, like oftentimes they can be, say Escaffier, say Lauma, that's what you should go for. But when they're not, you're literally just wasting a pull. I don't think, like, fundamentally, at some point, especially in terms of pulling something specifically to upgrade a team, a character is not better than a con. It's
I feel
Like fundamentally, I just don't agree with that.
yeah, I feel kind of bad now for the people that pulled like C2 Farina just because they like heard people say that Farina is this super universal character, but then like at the moment with the top
Yeah.
teams, like she doesn't have that many.
Yeah, like C1 Farina is good if like specifically for Escoffier teams, assuming you have some of those like the other stuff already. If you have Escoffier, if you have like for Skirk R1 is very good. But if it's not Skirk, if we're playing a worse character, Farina's probably better.
Yeah.
And after Skirk R1, Farina C1 is really good. Or like, getting Farina is really good. And I think Escoffier C1 and Farina C1 added together is about as good as Skirk C2. So you can kind of just decide which one you want if you think,
makes
oh, yeah,
sense.
I'm going to use Farina elsewhere. Yeah, you can do that. And yeah, like Nikki said, Stygian, like the way Imaginarium Theater is designed, the only difficulty, like kind of like the bottleneck is not the investment of your characters. The bottleneck is literally having enough level 70 characters to start the challenge. As soon as you can start the challenge, you can beat it because the buffs are just that good. And you can also borrow a C6 Movika from your friend, hopefully.
Yeah. That is true.
Yeah, like you do not need investment or like any kind of account planning to beat Imaginarium Theater. Granted, you can start the challenge. So like any trash 4-star at level 70 is worth a character slot. They do not need to be like good or built or like anything. So as soon as you can start the challenge, you're done. Like there's no further investment you will ever need to do for Imaginarium Theater unless they, add more levels.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So like as soon as you have it's like 30 or something. I mean 30 is a lot, but like 20, 28, 30 characters on your account, whether they're trash or like actual characters you use. Well, okay, there's different elements. It gets a little bit like muddy, but like over time, in my opinion, after like a certain amount of time, you just have theater beat by default because you just have enough characters. There's no after that. I don't think after you can start the challenge consistently, I don't think fundamentally having more characters is good.
Yeah, that
at
is
all.
true.
Yeah.
And I mean, we can always hope that they will do more free 4-star events, like so that you can complete the 4-stars. Also, just in general, please. They can. I guess honestly, Jehoda is a fine. Like C0 Jehoda still has some amount of. She has a kit. She can be used, even though like she's not really that relevant in the top meta team. So I hope they keep making 4-stars that are just like good enough to be used, but also like good enough to give as a C0 free character. Like obviously Jehoda is not free, but she might be in a future event.
She will be at some point, probably. Yeah, so, yeah, basically, it's like, I know, starting Imaginarium Theater is a big pain in the ass for new players, but once you can do that, I do not think fundamentally having more characters is of any benefit. Like, the only time, to me, you should pull a new character is a character you just like. You want the character for the character. Like, you actually want to play them. Like, that's always worth it, because that's a playstyle you want. And if that new character is a support for a team you already play or want to play, that is actually better than the other things you can invest into that team. So yeah, say you're Escoffier, say you're Lauma, if you want to play Skirk, you want to play Nefer, yes, you should absolutely get that support. But like if it's say Farina, you don't have Farina already. Like if you have Farina already, you should absolutely use her. If you don't have her already, I would not advise you pull her for Skirk. If you do not have Azurlight already, you should say for Azurlight. It's a much better upgrade. Yeah.
Although the thing that is a bit annoying is that like technically it is still like the chance of getting the 5 star is still lower than like obviously the guarantee is the same, but you do need to save up those like what is it, 130 pulls to guarantee the weapon, because obviously relying on the 37.5% chance to get the weapon on the pitsy is not smart. Since it's a 25 75 and then divided by 2 because you can get the other weapon.
Yeah, 37.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the pity is also lower, right? It's
Yeah,
80,
the
so
pity
soft
is
pity is
lower.
like 69.
But yeah, you
69.
should keep in mind, like, if you're saving for a weapon, then save more than you.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, if you think with the efficiency thing, you would also not be tempted to pull for things like Llama R1, because it's not very good.
Yeah.
You would also not be tempted to pull for I don't know. I don't know where I was going with this, but yeah.
Jalonin signature?
Uh,
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, Jalonin Sig is yeah, it's also not that great, because it's okay, but nowadays, like, if you're playing Jalonin, you're probably playing Mavrika. Obviously, Mavrika Khan is insane. Mavrika R1 is insane. And then, like, even Citlali Khans are insane. Like, Jalonin Sig is something you should be happy to lose to.
Yeah.
Not something you should ever actively pull for. Let's say if she's running with Mavrika, you're pulling for 1,000 Blazing Suns. But Peak Patrol is the next thing, and then you lose your 50-50 and you get Peak Patrol. Be happy about that, but it's not something you should like pull for actively.
It's running next patch, I think.
Oh yeah, that is true. Since Jalonin is rerunning.
Escoffier Fork, barely better. Escoffier Fork is pretty good, but it's also not as good as I'm actually not sure, because using Escoffier Fork, it's a good upgrade for Skirk, I'm sure, but I don't know if it's better than C1.
It shouldn't be.
It's 60 crit damage versus like 37% attack and a big increase to Escoffier personal damage. But at the same time,
yeah, isn't
you also don't get
best...
Favonius on.
Exactly. Like you play Scroll Favonius ideally.
Yeah, so the one thing like why Skirk's quote unquote Stygian score is so high is because she doesn't need energy, and she's like doing 80% of your team DPS if you build it correctly. Or actually, let me check. How much is it really? Okay, under my standard without Farina, she's doing 77% of team DPS. But that's yeah. So like it's almost 80% of team DPS. Right. So if you build Escoffier on more energy, or actually no, if you don't use Farina, you don't even need to burst on Escoffier. You could just build 0 ER and go deathmatch or something. So yeah, no, never mind. Scratch that. The fork is it's still good. Like you'll get it after you get Farina. The order would be Skirk, Escoffier, Azraelite, Farina, and then I don't know. I actually don't know. Is it? You could probably go just save for C2 Skirk, or go for C1 Esco. I haven't looked that far yet, but like the fork is good. It's something you should absolutely be happy to lose to, but I think it's pretty far down the list of priorities to like actively pull for. There's a lot of things that are just better. And yeah, like it drops the Stygian score because you lose a Favonius weapon.
yeah. That is annoying.
Yeah. You know, like they were cooking all along. Like Favonius is actually so good.
It's a Jeff.
It's so
the Jeff
broken.
prophecy has come true.
It wasn't that true back in the day for Abyss because some teams just have so much damage that they just one rotate everything. And like
Yeah.
Favonius just loses value. But for Stygian, absolutely. No matter how much damage you do, if your team needs a burst, like the first rotation, Favonius is just so strong. Absolutely want Favonius. Like just having Favonius just increases your Stygian score. Absolutely.
There was something else I wanted to I forgot.
Yeah, Esco bursts every other rotation. Exactly. That's what I have optimized in my three weight
That
Skirk
makes
team.
sense.
So we were supposed to do.
What do you think about like Kinnick? Would you do like Bennett, Jansa, and Kinnick?
Let's see what. I don't believe he was ever on banner with Jansan, was he?
Probably not.
Yeah, no. If that's the case, it's very, very.
Yeah, I guess you run
just take
Emily, Emily, Bennett, Duran, Kinnick, and then no C0, or like C0 0.
Yeah, so he has no useful teammates on banner with him ever. That's very, very sad. But yeah, you do Kinich, you do Bennett, most likely, because
Yeah.
Bennett is just really good. Kinich, Bennett. Would you do Emily? Let me take a look.
Unironically, if he ever ran with Jansan, then I guess you could do C2 Kinnick with PMC Bennett Jansan, maybe?
Yeah,
Like kind of like Maressa.
Emily. Let me take a real. Let me take a look real quick. What banners have Emily been? Oh, Emily has been on banner with Jansan before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very recently actually. So, yeah, I guess you would do Emily, Kinich, Bennett, and like C2 Jansan.
Yeah,
And
that sounds right.
if you have that, you can also have like Kinich's signature weapon. So yeah, it's like C0R1, or I don't, maybe is C1 better? I don't know. Maybe
I think
would
they're the
guess.
same. Both like 30% or something,
Yeah, okay.
or like 25 to 30.
If they're the same, yeah, let's just say C0R1. Kinich, C0R0 Emily, C6 Bennett, C2 Jansan. That would be the team I use in my standard. I think it's pretty fair.
Yeah. Who else is there? Like Chaska? Would you go
Chaska-
Mafrika Sidlali for Chaska? Or is that too...
Well, because I don't think that would be very good, would it? Because
Yeah, but
that's under the old assumptions. But
Yeah.
Chaska, you know what she can do? She can do... Well, Bennett is really good because he's just free. I just started to realize my standard really, really glazes Bennett because Bennett is free. But I guess that's fair because Bennett is just him.
Yeah, everyone is Bennett.
Let's take a look. Chaska banners recently. What Chaska banners have there been?
Although you have to assume like 200 less flat attack or something from Bennett, right? Because he doesn't have... Does he have C5? Oh yeah, I
Yeah, he
guess
does,
he's an
'cause
old...
Bennett-
Yeah, he's an old Forster.
Bennett
so-
is
Ancient
a
Forster.
one of the very rare Star Glitter shop characters.
Oh, that
So-
too,
Yeah, for the
And he
for
was-
the spirit of recommending polls, which is ultimately what all calcs are for,
Yeah.
Bennett is free because he's something you do not have to change your polls for. Really, you just get him. Every time he's in the shop, you just grab him until he sees.
He was also free in an event in 4.0.
Yes, he was. So yeah, I do give Bennett his full buff. So you would do Chaska, Bennett. What else would you do?
I think
Chaska, Bennett.
Silali's
I guess
the...
you could do. Wait, I have an idea. Do Chaska, Bennett, Fischl, Mona.
Oh no.
But you do C2 Chaska.
Wait, can you... Wait, how does... Actually, that would be so cool if you can... give me a second, I need to read this again. Okay. After a nearby party member triggers an overloaded reaction, Fischl and other nearby active members. Okay, so if you trigger overload, you do get 45% attack. So it should work.
Yes, it absolutely should work. And because Mona is also a Hexen Circle character,
Yeah.
you could use Mona with... You do Mona with Fischl. Fischl, Bennett, Mona. 3 1.0 characters. And then you just play C2 Chaska, because she has really good cons.
That sounds so cursed. I think I would still
For Mavika?
recommend... No, for Chaska.
C2 Mav...
Oh, yeah, Mavika.
Yeah, for... I'm looking at chat. C2 Mav, C6 Yansan, Bennett, Rosaria. Would that be good?
Probably. Is Lali better than Rosaria? Or not better than Rosaria, better than getting cons on Mavika?
See, Nikki, there's a problem with that. Would that be good? Probably.
Night Soul Gen is probably
But-
a problem. Oh no, C1 Mavika
At the
fixes
same
Night Soul
time.
Gen.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know. I need to look at that. It would probably be good, but like your Stygian score is in hell.
Yeah, because
Like
of
this
Rosaria.
team will feel like absolute dog trash compared to a weaker team, but like with actually Shilinen and Citlali.
Just put the Chevy in the back. Yeah, would Chevy be... Chevy? Would she be like Aurora and Chevy stuff with Mavika?
No, that team's like not actually that efficient because Oron and Chev don't get cons. It's got a C2 Mav, C6 Yansan, C0 Chev, C0 Oron. Actually C1 Oron because he was given for free recently, right? But yeah, it would just not be that good. I think the two versions I'm going with are just Mavika, Bennett, Shilin, and Citlali. That's for maximum, like basically full Stygian score, because it's just essentially perfect quality of life. And one with Sucrose instead of Shilinen, and R1 on Mavika. That's the high DPS, like super high DPS team. But it's obviously lower on a Stygian score because you don't have front-loaded Night Soul Gen, and Citlali needs more ER, and Sucrose... I still need to figure out like would be fair to assume for Sucrose, because like you can do something with her, which is like essentially absorb cryo with her burst every other rotation and do a 7 melt combo
no.
every other rotation.
Oh my.
But I'm thinking if I do that, would that like drop the Stygian score to hell? Because that's actually just
That sounds horrendous.
like not feasible to do, or if it's like difficult but like it's consistent once you get it down. I'm not sure yet, because like I said, a Stygian score doesn't care that much about skill issue. As long as it's consistently doable by a competent hand, I just give it to it. But if it's actually just inconsistent, then I can't.
Oh, Clorant was on banner with Chevy. Does that mean you do like C2 Chevy, C6 Chevy stuff?
Clarin, I think I would guess you do. I'm not sure. You definitely want Chev, because Chev is just really good.
That banner ruined me.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
True.
I pulled
I think
C2 Chlorine just to get a C5 Chevreuse out of it.
My guess would be I'm actually not sure, because Durin is really good, right? Durin's gonna... My guess is probably Clarind, or C1 Clarind, Durin, C6 Chev, C6 Fischl. assuming Chev is on Durin banner as well. That's probably what I'll go with.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Clearin C1 is quite good. It comes with two Chev cons. See, like this is why I really, really like this standard, because it actively promotes doing things that, like, would in practice actually build the best team you can build.
Yeah, do you what's the 3 goal? What is the next one 6 goal?
You can decide for yourself, but right now I think the baseline I'm going for is 3. Just 3 weight or 3 pull weight is what I would go with as the default, because I think it's a good middle ground between too low, too high. Because like if you go below 3, it's a bit too restrictive. Like it's not physically possible to have C6 4-stars, which I don't think should be the case, because for some teams you actually want to like go for those C6 4-stars. And above 3, you start going into like C3 characters. It's like, wait a minute, maybe I don't want to use that as a baseline. So I think 3 weight as the default is probably the best for now.
Yeah.
It's also yeah. And the next one is whatever you want it to be. It could be 5, could be 6. I haven't decided. Like, what do you think is reasonable? So the next one would be probably the standard I would like suggest if you want a team that can consistently clear dire difficulty without needing to cater to the show long term.
Yeah.
So would that be like 6? Something like that. Like, what would 6 allow? 6 for someone like, say, Mavika, for example, it would be, well, definitely C2 R1 Mavika. Actually, that's really clean. You just do C2 R1 Mavika, and then Citlali and Shilin and Bennett. And that would be, yeah, maximum Stygian score, and you have C2 R1 Mavika.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah. Oh, but what if you do Sucrose instead of Shilin and you get one extra? Do you go for C3 Mavika?
I don't think. Oh, does C3 and C5, like, is it a big deal for Marika? Like, individually?
Well, it's good, but I don't think, like, I don't want to suggest people go for C3s, because they're
Yeah,
usually like,
C3s are
they're not all
probably-
that, you know? It's so, like, to me, like a worthy upgrade is something that is like better than essentially a perfect C3 in terms of numerical increase. So like, what is a perfect C3? I think it's 18% damage
18%,
increase
yeah.
to one talent
Bro.
talent that is 100% of the team's damage. So it's like an 18% DPS increase, team DPS increase. So for me, a worthy numerical increase is bigger than that. So
I-
C3 just doesn't cut
I
it,
think
even
if
if
you
it's
have,
perfect.
if you actually have C2 Lauma, according to my personal calculation, if you have C2 Lauma, then both C1 Neffa and C2 Neffa should be below the 18% team-wide increase mark. Like 17.5% or something, or 17.9. Because Lauma,
Really? That sounds-
yeah, Lauma C2 does impact the increase you get from the C1 and C2. It goes from
Oh, well,
21 to like 18 or something, or 22.
well, it's kind of lucky that you'd go for them first before C2 Llama then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're discussing your system, but I'm if someone wants to go for C2 Lauma for whatever reason, or like already has C2 Lauma, then obviously that discussion point is still important. Just saying.
Yeah, and
Even
then,
if it's
where was I? Yeah, and then so that there's 2 things that I would consider worthy, where usually like as the rule of thumb, right? So it's a numerical increase bigger than 18% team DPS increase, or some kind of significant quality of life increase, and or some combination of the two. Like what's a significant quality of life increase? Yeah, like Mualani C2. Like that's it. It's already cuts it, I think, numerically, but it also gives you like the ability to bite instantly, and that's just kind of insane. And there's also less ramp up time between each bite because you only have to stack
Yeah,
twice instead
yeah.
of 3 times. Like it's so broken. I don't know. Like C2, like oh man, Mualani is such a gem. She's so cool.
True.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, I like that. I don't pull for a C2 Llama. I can just save one patch and get C1 R1 Nefer. Yes, C1 R1 Nefer is a bigger increase than C2 Llama, and they're the same cost.
Yeah,
But I'm like
I
usually
wasn't telling like people to go
yeah,
for
yeah,
C2
yeah.
Llama, but I'm just saying that if someone
I know what
wants
you mean. I know
that
what you
C2 Llama desperately for no reason, or wants the healing, and then gets the C2 on the way or something.
yeah. Like if you want the healing, C2 Llama is really really good because like C1 Llama is already just even though it's like not a numerical increase, it's already like essentially worth over 18% team DPS increase because for you specifically, you want the healing, right? And then after that, C2 Llama is just a straight 25% increase. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah. So it can be very good.
Yeah, it depends, right? I think for my standard, what would the Nefer team be actually? It would be, well, you definitely want Nefer and Lauma. I know. I know only gets to be C1 because C1 by default she's also given for free, so that's a C1. Uh, and the last slot, do I do Sucrose or is that too much of a scam? Sucrose also gets to be C1, which is kind of it doesn't really change anything.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Sucrose. Well, you use Sucrose, you have to use Pamber on like Llama. Would that be better than just using Cookie? I'm not sure. Maybe it is.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
yeah, I do allow Pamber on
Okay,
Llama.
we're back. I just saw the guild chat. What the fuck? Why is the thumbnail just Ineffa best character again?
Nah, I was too lazy to make a new one. I did change the episode number.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, W. So it's not fully reused.
W, that's enough.
Okay,
No,
what are you guys talking about right now, though?
We're still
We're just
with
yapping.
the standards. This episode I can rename the episode in the Butterfer standard episode.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Like, was it already mentioned that Klee and Razor's buffs have been super overrated in the community right now?
No, they're good. Okay, but in the community, yes, I think so. People are like, dude, the agenda posting is actually brain rotting. Ooh, it's better than Clorind, better than
Arlecchino.
Arlecchino.
Like, and the thing is, the TCs knows it's false in practice. They know. At least I hope they know. But the community don't. That's the thing.
But doesn't that happen like literally all the time? Like everyone said, like every smart TC said that Mavrika is better than every single carry, and somehow the community still said Arlecchino is better because she's, I don't know.
Well, like that is inevitable. There is never a situation where the community agrees 100%. Like that will never happen.
Yeah, well, you don't need
Yeah.
that. You just need to present your case
Yeah.
with logic
basically.
and reason, and whoever accepts it, accepts it. If they don't, it's a game. It's not that serious.
I do
I think-
actually, yeah.
I've just accepted at this point that no matter what kind of overpowered character they release, there's going to be someone that says Nubilet is better.
Yeah, that is also true. That one person, yeah, being Sidgev. Although
Oh my
Sidgev
God.
stopped, but
The Jeff stopped after Stygian came out. I think bro
gave up. Gave up on
gave
Nubilet.
up because at some point it just becomes so ridiculous
Yeah,
that you just cannot justify it anymore.
um,
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for Nubilet. He'd be like pretty if he wasn't like ruined so much by the community. I think I'd actually like him because
Yeah, me
there's more
too.
to his gameplay than people say. Like there's cancels to the charge attack. You can cancel after the charge attack with a dash. It feels pretty cool.
Oh.
But unfortunately, he's been ruined for me permanently by the community. I will never touch Nivulette ever again.
Yeah, same.
I actually liked him when he released, but like,
Yeah.
now I just don't want to go near him.
Yeah.
Everyone just doesn't want to have anything to do with that guy anymore. I also pulled him,
Yeah.
and I don't use him. But
I think I'm probably the only person here that actually likes Nuve, regardless. Like, I genuinely fucking like him, but I hate the perception so
Yeah.
fucking much.
Yeah.
And it's probably the most wrong and misinformed out of every character in the game.
Yep.
Raiden is probably also like people are still saying.
Raiden was the OG Nivulette. They actually mirror each other kind of.
Yeah,
Like they were very popular because they were relatively brain dead to play.
and important
and then
in
they
the
were called the
lore.
best
But
thing in
yeah.
the game. They're called the best thing in the game, even though something else, like it's like 30% better, exists and is also, And then eventually they just became a wheelchair, like like a wheelchair sitter or whatever you call it.
Yeah, I get that.
Just get wheelchair around.
Regarding
And the funny part, that half of his wheelchairs are completely fake.
yeah, that too. But at least Butterfer's new system has like it just removes all the wheelchair units, I think.
Yeah, it prevents. Well, not always, because some characters are bad to a point where you actually just want a wheelchair, but it removes wheelchair glazing, I think, because like the 4 cost or 4 pull weights wheelchair teams that are just so bad compared to actually having like proper investment on the DPS character. They're just removed now. Like for Nivulette, I actually didn't. He might be bad enough that you still want some form of wheelchair. I'm not sure,
probably.
But
Oh no!
like intuitively, it would just be C1 Farina, like C1 Farina Sucrose Auron or something. Maybe.
Yeah, something
I
like
could
that.
Like intuitively, I would probably look towards that, but it might be wrong. I'm not sure. Maybe it's literally like Ineffa Lauma. Like that would be so.
No,
depressing.
not Ineffa Lauma.
Like there's no way. It can't be that bad, right?
It shouldn't
Or
be.
maybe, or maybe Ineffa Farina Sucrose.
Yeah,
that actually sounds
because
like
I've played the Lauma Ineffa variant in practice, and it's like noticeably behind just having Kazu or Shilonen over Lauma.
Yeah.
Like they don't. She passed like 25 stretch. She doesn't do anything to the Hydros, and she almost ruins Ineffa because she doesn't even buffer.
That one screenshot of like someone saying that Lauma does what Shilonen does, but she also provides like, do you remember the screenshot?
Yeah, I posted it because I retweeted. Well, I retweet a lot of shit instead of reply, and I like retweeted once again against Nuvolette wheelchair bullshit, and it was that guy again.
That was so funny. That was so
yes, Farron. I was thinking of C1 Nivulette Farina, Auron Sucrose. That's what I thought.
No, I have it here. There it is. I still have it.
Shred's Hydro enables Hyperloom. Okay. Shilonen provides 40 damage bonus and extra Shred, but that is significantly worse than getting Hyperlooms. No, not under real standard, I don't think.
Yeah, but like, and like the Hyperblooms Ineffa does is like half of what the normal Hyperbloomer does. So what do you fucking mean?
Wait, Ralphagus, how about this? Instead of Ineffa, you'd go Raiden.
Oh my fucking god.
Or even better, Durin on Paradise Lost.
Oh yeah, throw the Virgin. Let's fucking go.
So it's the actual best team in the game is actually Nivulette,
Lauma Ineffa Durin.
Yeah, no. Neuvillette, Lauma, Ineffa, Durin. How about that?
The
So you
ultimate
built
wave
EM on both.
wheelchair.
You built full EM on both Ineffa and Durin. You get both Hyperglobes and Burgeons. How broken is that?
Okay, that literally sounds like that one-to-one sounds like the Durin Raiden team. Not Durin, Daya Raiden team that Sir Jeff always like wanted to be.
Oh my god, I remember it. It was so fun. I remember playing it
That was so
and
bad.
uploading. I think I have a clear with that entire team. But I think I used Cookie instead of Raiden because I did not pull her.
He said it was like the only place where Daya felt good, but to this day, I still don't know what Daya's purpose is in that team. Like, what is she doing
Burgeons!
Virgin!
in a Hyper Bloom team?
And what ER? What's the interruption resistance for 9 seconds?
I guess Neuvillette needs it.
Fair and but wheelchair is free since you pull support for other characters. No, I do not agree with that for a very simple reason. Because if you have other characters that uses the same support, you will never play Neuvillette.
Exactly.
But if you want to play
Yeah,
Neuvillette
really.
at this point in time, I'm assuming you want to play Neuvillette because you want to play Neuvillette. Simple as that. In which case, I think I have a duty. Well, I don't have a duty. It's a fucking video game. But I have a duty to tell you how to play Neuvillette, like specifically in the best way to play him, and that is not a fucking wheelchair.
Exactly.
So yeah, like
wait.
you want. I'm assuming you want to look at Neuvillette calcs because you prefer to play Neuvillette. That's it. Not because Neuvillette is broken or whatever, because he fucking isn't. You do not look at using Neuvillette for that reason.
Wait, what do you mean constellations exist? What the fuck? That's such a strange thing to me because I'm a free to poor.
Constellations are a myth. They actually, like, if you get the constellation thing, it doesn't activate anything. Constellations are fake. True.
Oh yeah, true. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I forgot.
I actually wanted to say something regarding the buffs. The thing is, I didn't actually realize something that like completely slipped my mind. Was that they buffed every single they basically, I already said it in the group chat, so it's nothing new for you, but for the audience, they buffed every single C1 of the limited 5-stars that are getting buffs. And these buffs aren't even like tied to the Hexen Circle. It's just straight up like Klee gets like 60 attack or something tied to the extra perks. Then
that's so good. That also, I forgot to bring it up today, but yeah, I was gonna talk about with you guys what we look forward to future faction buffs.
In a longevity term, I see this as a bad thing because as soon as like the main support where they're used with gets fucked, what happens? Like gets power grid, what happens? Like that's the thing.
Yeah, that is true.
Faction buff is good in a way, but in another, it's not like good longevity.
I know exactly what Rofigas is saying. Like if they release another off-field pyro that's also better than Durin for Nemo characters or something, then Venti will still be tied to Durin, and that is going to be annoying.
I mean, yeah, that doesn't really matter. Like you're not playing Venti because you think he's like the best thing in the game, but like he's just something you can actually play now. Like he does something now.
Yeah, and
right, and then like Saga said, some of the some constellation buffs and like kit buffs doesn't necessarily depend on like the.
That's circle, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm mainly talking about like just there's precedent for direct kit buffs now. What do we want to look forward to in the future for future kit buffs?
I kind of already I myself made every
Hmm?
single kit, or like reworked every single kit for every interesting character that I like. I made Raiden into an off-fielder that actually does something. I made Ito good. I have all the materials, so yeah, I want actual kit reworks. I don't want the faction bullshit, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can be fine with the faction stuff as long as they don't look like all of it,
Yeah.
like they're doing right now. If they don't look all of it, and they look like something that has like a specific synergy, like super niche, I'm fine
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah, I
For
think
example, on Razor, the only Hex and Circle buff that is tied is the 7 flat energy and extra MV every time he does a skill. Or, well, not skill, every time he overstacks his sigils, which happens a lot. So,
Yeah.
like, with those buffs, all he does is basically being playable solo Electro with Duran.
yeah.
So that's like fine. As for Klee, I don't fucking know. I've only seen Razors, the only interesting character out of them, for me.
Yeah.
I
Wait, what's the chat saying? Fair and don't pull cons in the first 3 years free to play. Yeah, that's fair. But that's assuming you also don't do things like pull for weapons or chase after a 4-star cons. Because like the idea is that those are they cost the same things. You can't treat them like differently. If you are
Yeah.
saying don't pull cons, you better just be pulling new characters. Like that's it.
Exactly.
And not to yeah, like that's perfectly reasonable. But you cannot be telling people to prioritize 4-star cons or 5-star weapons over 5-star cons for
Yeah,
like that reason.
That would be
Does
agenda.
that make sense? Yeah, if you just want more characters like for a newer account, yeah, that's perfectly reasonable. Picture the day when Hu Tao gets cons. I know! The Liu buffs should be next. I'm hoping for Lantern Rite or something. They're gonna have the next batch of buffs. Imagine like how good like Saga said, Klee C1 got a big bump. Like all of these characters got a big bump. Like
Yeah.
imagine Hu Tao and like characters that are already pretty good from Liu. Like your Hu Tao, your Yelan, your maybe Ganyu as well. They just
Mhm.
get something massive. Like Hu Tao is like she doesn't have cons past C1, right? Like imagine
Yeah.
if she got like an actual C6, like an actual not even C6, like an actual C2.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that would be kind of big.
Yeah, like you could do with every like the Klee thing is really cool. Like with every third normal attack, you get an extra charge attack on the Hu Tao or something. So you just get like how cool would that be? Like you do N2C, but every other N2C, like your second normal attacks also becomes a charge attack.
That wouldn't that apply too much pyro?
No, you just run double Hydro
Yeah.
with I don't know, Yelan and
OGT.
Columbina or something.
Hmm.
Yelan
Low
and Columbina.
Low-key similar to like Rage Blade from League. Every like third something mimics the motion value.
Oh, you did. I
Yeah,
think you
like-
did have a kit like that. I remember.
Yeah, I had like Dahlia's emergency buffs because he was so fucking bad. I was like, nah, this is not good. It's not gonna release like this.
Oh, I love
And
those.
he did like this. Yeah.
Yeah, same with Jehoda.
Yeah.
Although Jehoda is still a lot better than Dahlia, of course. But
If Hu Tao base HP increase, you know what you could do? You should first of all get rid of her HP conversion cap, because Hu Tao has like after you get past a certain amount of HP, it doesn't convert to attack anymore. Just get rid of that, because things like yeah, get rid of that, and then just like there's so many cool things you can do with these characters, like, and with how good Albedo and like Mona, kind of Klee and Venti now, like they actually are, and where they started, I could see Hu Tao, Ganyu, like Yelan, being probably not like top meta. That would be a little bit awkward. But
But
like I
bring
could see them
them.
being. Yeah, like I could see them being as good as what's a good example? Like Flynn's is now before Columbina. Actually,
That
they're
would
not
be
even that far off.
that would be good
Like
enough.
yeah, so you know what I mean. Like make them like good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Make them. No, make them playable again. That's what you
Yeah.
want to say.
yeah. I also personally think regarding the faction buff, it's just that it works well because there is still some synergy between like Monoofficial and Sucrose, just because they are supports.
Yeah,
But when it's actually like carries, like this Lever, like the early 4-star Lever, I guess would they even buff like Xingqiu or Xiangling? I don't think they would. So it would probably like
I don't know.
Chongyun or something, and then Yanfei, and then like there's no special.
I can see Yanfei having a carry type buff similar to Razor,
Yeah,
where it's like
energy
they
recall?
have a lot of extra things in their kit, and a small extra if paired with whatever faction name's gonna be Leeway. If there is even going to be one.
Adepti buffs.
yeah. I was also thinking of
Well,
Adepti
that type buff,
buffs.
yeah.
That would be. I really hope they would include
Wouldn't Hu Tao be
Xianyun.
excluded?
Yeah, Hu Tao would be excluded, I think.
I mean,
I think she's way too new. You could make
the
it so
thing
that
is, like, if they didn't include Shenyun, who would you use with Xiao?
Yeah, that's
well,
what
you
I'm.
just use her.
That's
But
what-
you'd make Xiao better and like maybe
not reliant on Xianyun at all. That would be funny.
What if that new animal support is the
Yeah,
hint?
yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
We came full circle. We cracked the theory.
We discovered the Genshin impact.
But I really
True.
like.
the true impact behind the Genshin.
Okay, the faction buffs. If they do it like that, the faction buffs, then I want to see like multiple per year. I don't want to see one per year. Please, like that's
Yeah.
not enough. By next year, Klee, Venti, and Albedo are already gone. Not relevant anymore.
We just take 4 years to get to Sumeru.
Yeah,
That
and
would
if
be
you
funny.
if you think about it, there's Klee, Al is coming out soon. There's Albedo getting buffs, Sandron coming out soon. There's Venti buffs, Varka coming out soon.
Yeah,
It's a pattern.
that is true.
There's Mona
Also, I
buffs,
think
Columbina coming out soon.
Nicole is Hexen Circle as well, I think.
Probably. Yeah, very likely.
Yeah, that is also
Yeah.
true.
Well,
We
no.
didn't actually consider the fact that they can also add characters to certain factions, which would make it a lot
Yeah.
more interesting. Like faction.
This is kind of like ZZZ as like faction buff, I believe. Something like
Does-
that,
does
like
it-
in the base game itself.
Does ZZZ do it like that?
So I can see this having like, if implemented well, good feature, good buffs, all good. But if they implement it badly, it's a Genshin moment.
I just constantly I have to think about currency wars with like both faction buffs as well as like the different like you know what I
Archetype
mean?
buffs.
Yeah, archetype buffs. Currency war is so peak. I wish Butterfer was into HSR so we could yap about HSR, but it's a Genshin podcast, so I don't even think we are allowed to talk about HSR. Well, it's my
It's
my
whatever.
podcast, so but yeah.
Husser.
Knights of Favonius buffs with Vaka. I hope they make Jean good. Jean is cute. I want Jean to be good.
I mean, Jean is like an actual game breaker.
It's
200
true.
years of game developed design in that kit. Like, what do you mean you can cheat out an entire fucking mechanic by just pressing E?
That is absolute peak, absolute
Actually.
cinema.
Did-
But did
Jean, I bought my statement back about Molani. She's not the first spaghetti coded character. It's actually Jean.
spaghetti coded?
Like it's more so like the code is there and it works, but there's like something that happens and it just escalates, which is what the
Yeah.
Jean and the fall damage mechanics
Oh yeah.
and the abuse.
Yeah. Oh, true. Mualani also has like the targeting, the weird with Escofia's hold E. I always forget that's a thing.
Oh yeah. That's so funny to me, by the way. The way
okay,
Mualani can hit.
I wish it was enough so that you would play Zhangling Escofia or something like with Mualani. That would be so funny if it would be her best team. Since
If you,
Zhangling
if you
doesn't
can
have-
time it right, if you can time it right, and the enemy is a vegetable, it works perfectly.
Yeah.
Also, did you see the fall damage? Like they are bringing back fall damage. Did they actually patch it out? I didn't understand it.
No. Let me check the updates. I believe I have them.
So yes, when
An update. V5 update. Fall damage is still there. Okay.
the dire
Okay, fall
operative
damage is
player
still
with Sijui and Jean and Zhongli.
Yeah.
like, and
true.
like, what do you mean? I've actually tried to get like an average DPS out of that, and the DPS of a clear with those three alone, if you do it perfectly, it's like 250k at least.
Peak.
Oh my god.
That's better than probably.
That's better than every character in the game.
Yeah.
Jean
By
is the
far.
best DPS. Oh my god.
The
I think
concept
you need
of
like
Jean.
4 or 5, like quote unquote cost or pull weight on Mavika to beat that.
Peak.
Yeah, like, and it's so funny because I see people crying about it, like, oh, what do you mean? A fucking 1.0 standard character can outdo all of my limiteds. I see like all that outcry and wanting fall damage removed, but I'm like, it's
Yeah,
the
who
dev's
cares?
job to just make it not abusable.
Yeah,
Honestly, who cares?
I think
I think it's a cool strat.
it's cool.
Yeah.
And also it allows more people who like, want to bald themselves to be able to get the weapon skin. Nothing wrong with that.
True.
I mean, to be fair, don't you need to have Sijui to do it?
You don't.
No, we just need
There,
to
there are strats without Siegeing. There's also
Oh,
one
I
with
see.
GOMC, where if you stand right on top of GOMC's balls, the shield does not regenerate. Ever.
Oh my.
GOMC's bows.
Balls.
So like you can just skip the entire fucking mechanic if you do that well with a trio team that has enough DPS to kill it.
Peak.
Mm. Interesting. Very cool. Where's this flip guy, by the way? He never showed up today. That's kind of unexpected.
I
was
guess he's
expecting-
just maybe he went to sleep. Since
What time?
Today's Verus's birthday, so he's probably doing something else.
It's only 10 p.m. for him. There's no way he's already asleep.
yeah, but like if he's tired, I don't know. I was on his stream for like 20 minutes or something. No, actually, I was on his stream for an hour, but then I left when he logged into some random account. I wanted to see him failing on his own account. I don't need to see him failing on other accounts.
Yeah. Did he beat Dyer?
I actually didn't watch that part, but he struggled like 20 minutes beating a ley line, defensive ley line challenge. Oh, that was
Oh my god, the theater.
yeah on
Defensive
theater.
line. Wait, what? You literally just stall. You bait two enemies to a
Yeah.
corner and just stall.
He was
Like
too
you literally
bad.
pick four fodders.
He calls himself the Twitter baiter and then isn't actually good at baiting.
Yeah, he-
Pause.
Dude, he's not the masturbating.
Like,
Catch
pause.
True.
But yeah, it happens.
The masterful bait
Imagine
art.
failing at the easiest stage in IT.
Yeah. Well, okay. let's
That's
see.
like failing. That's like failing. Like, what's the difficulty 4 in staging?
Zhao would probably. Actually, no. Maybe I'm
Bro.
slandering
Yeah.
Zhao too much, but
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I
then.
went back
Oh, by the
to,
way, tomorrow is the Abyss reset.
True.
Yes.
Have you have you seen the Abyss lineup?
Yeah, it's Neffa whatever.
Crab Chamber 1.
Let me take a
Sure,
look.
surely this Abyss I can clear 4-star only, right?
Let's see what they got. It's what is it?
Can you
The crab is still there.
Can you
We have Hera.
Can you cheese
one
with
went?
4-star hyper bloom?
Oh,
Top
against
half,
Sarah.
probably.
This crab will be easier, I think, because you get a first wave, so you can set up.
Yeah, true.
So you can
Yeah.
do like. I wonder if my skirk can one shot it now. Now that you have the first crab to set up.
And the funny
The
part is that
port
that
shield.
crab has a pyro shield.
Yeah, but it's chamber 1. Skirk doesn't. You still get the full serpent subtlety, right? Even
Oh
without
no,
the.
it's not even about. I mean, I get it about Skirk, but what about
Yeah.
Nefer?
Nefer?
Yeah. If you can generate the blooms under a pyro aura, then it works.
Yeah. I think you can. You get a burning aura and then you apply hydro on it. You still get the blooms, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I hope so. I think I remember playing it, and I think you need to delete the pyro first. I'm not sure,
That is
I'm not
actually
sure.
but it's a weird choice regardless. I think it works. I think it works.
I think it's pretty
I'm
fun.
not.
I think it's pretty funny that like in the current Abyss they made the hydro thingy specifically to generate Verdant Dew so that she can do second wave a bit faster since she already got her Verdant Dew together during the Lauma setup. Unless you start with Burst.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. And then does the Abyss version of the Hera instantly start the
Sure, it should.
Yeah, because like at this point there's 3 different versions of a boss. You have the Stygian boss, you have the normal boss, you have the Abyss boss.
Yeah, I think that most bosses from Abyss to Stygian barely changes anything. Like, I think.
Yeah, well, some of them are
what's the
pretty
boss
big
that has
differences.
changed the least?
Yeah, the Fatui agent is like
Oh my
a
god.
joke in Abyss.
It's barely electrocharge shield. Like 2 Chaska charge attacks and the shield's gone.
Well, your Chaska is quite
Yeah.
good, but like she's
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if my Skirk can beat up the Hera before it gets the thing.
It should. For your investment, it should.
Maybe. Like, if it instantly has 120 res, I don't think so. But
I
if
think
it doesn't,
has.
well, in that case, I guess I have to use like Seatlali. So my Farina, it's so funny because Seatlali is a cryo character if you think about it intuitively, but she buffs Hydro. She doesn't buff cryo, so she helps Farina do more damage than Escaffier for the Hera. So you don't get cocked by cryo absorption, which is really funny.
yeah. If you
Or
follow
you can-
what the true TC of all the TC, that is Jason. The Gospel of Jason was on Seatlali release that she is a good cryo character because she doesn't buff cryo characters.
Yeah. Well, she's good with Skirk anyway.
Holy shit.
Well, it was in Silali release, we didn't have good cryo characters, so technically he
That's
was
true.
right.
Indeed, it was
Yeah.
true.
Cryo
True
was
myth.
the worst element in the game
Yeah,
for a while.
like Dendro, although
like-
Dendro was solely like good because of Kinnick and Emily.
Yeah, like before Escoffier. Oh no, not before Escoffier. Before Citlali, I would absolutely say Cryo is the worst element in the game. It's just worthless. Like, when are you ever gonna use Cryo?
We were at the point where we were comparing Ayaka to Risley. That's how bad it was.
Ayaka Risley prior to Escoffier, truly the characters of all time. Speaking of Ayaka, like she, what do you think about Ayaka? Just in terms of
It's
how
like
good?
Goodness.
it's like Razor buffs. It's like Razor buffs. Ayaka after the Scofford is like Razor after the buffs. They went from an NPC to a playable character.
Hmm.
I still like Ayaka quite a lot. I know Kinka recently said, even though he defended Ayaka, but now he's kind of negative on Ayaka, which I get because like Ayaka doesn't perform in Dire like at all. But she is still very good in Abyss, and I still value the Abyss performance. So
I think like the
Um,
problem with Ayaka is like contrast. There's a character that uses the exact same team that is so much better. But yeah, that
yeah,
doesn't
I mean
mean she's
that
trash.
is the same with a lot, like or not a lot of characters,
Yeah.
but that is the same case with Alecchino. Yet we don't slander Alecchino, or we do, but we do it
We definitely
accurately.
do. Yeah, but I would say Durin is maybe a bigger Arlecchino buff than people realize because after Durin, she genuinely doesn't share teammates with Mawika anymore. You just do Chev, Durin, Fischl.
Okay, but is Durin a temporary solution for? I mean, some people are still hoping that they will release a Bond of Life support.
Oh my god.
Bond of
It's
Life
the-
support.
Okay, that would actually be kind of cool. Like a character that just increases the on-field spawn of life and allows Cloran for new normal attack combos and like allows Arlecchino just to do more damage.
They wouldn't do that. You know why?
Hmm?
Because Arlecchino's Sig gives Bond of Life.
Yeah, and
True.
like
They're not gonna do something that makes the Sig worse. I think.
oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah.
I mean, they have nerfed Sigs before indirectly, like Missplitter, for example.
Maybe if like they just don't realize it, that would be cool. Cause like,
If they don't
wait,
realize
what
it, they don't know what they are doing.
Has the Bond of Life, they gain a 12% damage bonus if the Bond of Life is greater than or equal to 30% of max HP, then gain additional 24% damage bonus. Wait, it's just 36 damage percent. If it has maximum Bond of Life, or if you assume you have like an external source of Bond of Life, all it does is give 36 damage percent on top of base stats, which
Oh,
isn't bad, but it's definitely not good for a Sig.
okay.
So yeah, like if you just have permanent full Bond of Life, I'm pretty sure Scarlet Sands is just better than Sig, probably.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Okay,
The
but
only thing Sino provided to the world was his fucking signature.
Venti also got like 3 signatures or 4 signatures or something.
That's true. That's true. But yeah,
This is
maybe
expected.
if they can buff kits, maybe they can buff weapons too.
Yeah, that would be nice. Please, please.
Whoa.
Klee doesn't even have a signature. Okay, I want a lot of people to realize that Klee doesn't have a signature. Like what
No,
weapon
she
does
does.
she
It's
use?
called Lost Prayer of the Sacred Winds.
That weapon
True.
is
True.
dog shit.
It's dog shit, yeah. Like if they design an actual Sig, if Alice is a Catalyst character, imagine if Alice's Sig is also best in slot for Klee.
Okay,
be
but
pretty
that would straight up mean that Alice is just bigger Klee. I don't want
Well,
that.
yeah, she is. She's physically bigger Klee.
Okay, but she is supposed to work with Klee, so you can play Alice and Klee together. True.
No, if you can play her with
Oh.
Klee together, that means she's bad.
But what if
No,
she's
no.
what
Well,
if she's Marika again? Off-field, on-field playstyle. True.
It
Oh
might- she
my
might
God.
With
literally
another
try it.
Marika. Just straight up
I
copy
think
the
the worst
cat.
possible,
Copy the kid.
the worst possible outcome is if Alice is not figuratively Mavuika, but literally Mavuika. You just have a Pyro hyper carry melt that does 30% more damage than Mavuika.
Yeah, that would also be fun.
That would be really, really sad. And I would lose faith in a lot of things.
With that, losing faith is a good point to where we should close off today's episode, since it's already been 2 hours. Yeah, it was a lot of fun discussing. I mean, we didn't have a topic, but we did have a topic, but like it was, yeah. Butterfer was the topic. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and see you in the next episode. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.